All right, well, thank you everyone for coming out here. Another candidate on campus in the Minot State head coaching wrestling search, Evan Forde, head assistant at Minnesota State Moorhead right now. So I'll turn things over to him, opening statement, and then we'll have a question and answer session.
All right. Well, firstly, I'd like to thank everyone here at Minot State University for the hospitality. I've had an excellent experience here visiting campus today. I view this position as an excellent opportunity to build a nationally competitive Division II wrestling program. I believe that starts with building a culture of success in all facets of the program. It starts with recruiting quality individuals who are passionate and goal-oriented towards being successful students and athletes, and continuing to build the support of the community and the alumni base. I do believe that it would take a lot of hard work on behalf of everyone involved, but I believe this program can be successful. And I'm honored and humbled to be considered as a candidate for the next head coaching position at Minot State University. I'll open it up from there.
Being from North Dakota, I know you had plenty of experience both as a competitor and a coach with Moorhead. I know you've had some time with Southwest Minnesota State as well. You seem to be uniquely familiar with this conference, more so than any other candidate. In what ways does that prepare you for this position as head coach for Minot State?
Yeah, I definitely look at that as being an advantage for me. I am well connected around the state, I feel, and I do work a lot with high schools and coaches and athletes from around the state of North Dakota, and I do feel I have a good sense of wrestling in this area and in this region, and that leaves me confident in pursuing a position like this.
Give us an idea of what you pride yourself in, or would pride yourself in as a head coach. What do you think are maybe some of the top aspects when it comes to building a successful wrestling program?
Yeah, I think that comes back to building that culture of success and having student athletes that take pride in being a student first. And I think I really want to build that family atmosphere with the program, and to have athletes that are just hard-nosed, hard-working guys that come in and with a good attitude and a good work ethic each and every day.
I guess a little bit more specifically, have you thought about possibly some short-term goals for the program right when you step in, and then maybe some longer-term goals, 5, 6, 7 years down?
Yeah, right away I would focus on really building a roster and starting to build that community and alumni support. Starting to raise funds right away, and really getting out and recruiting and putting together a team that is going to be composed of guys that are really goal-oriented towards not only doing well on the wrestling mat but also getting degrees.
What do you feel you can bring to Minot State University when it comes to wrestling that maybe some of these other coaches can't bring? We talked about obviously your experience with this area and this conference, but are there some other areas you feel that push you maybe ahead of some of these other candidates?
Well, I feel I'm going to have a really strong recruiting background for this area, and I definitely take a lot of pride in being a good coach in the wrestling room as well. Again, I want to make sure that our guys are doing well in the classroom and working towards their degrees.
As far as recruiting is concerned, you already spoken multiple times about your ties in this region and specifically this state. But as far as recruiting is concerned, how far out are you willing to branch out to bring in recruits? Certainly, you're not going to bring in all North Dakota natives. Not to say that you'll shy away from them, but
yeah.
How far are you willing to reach for the right recruits?
Absolutely. I would start my recruiting efforts right here in Minot. And expand from there. I think some of the area states here and area schools around here are going to have a lot of talent, but definitely I'm willing to search nationally for the best athletes around.
Give us an idea of what you think it takes to, obviously every wrestler brings something different to the table, something different to the team. They have their specific areas they specialize on, more or less. What do you think it takes to build, a quality, well-rounded wrestler?
It takes a lot of support around them from teammates and coaching staff, and I think it starts with trying to build that team identity of being, I want our team to be known as hardworking individuals, guys who are going to be in great shape and really wrestle hard and push the pace in a match. And so that starts in the practice room. It starts with everyone buying into that sort of mentality in the practice room.
And then you spoke a bit to your short-term goals. As the head coach, where would you like to see Minot State wrestling in 10 years?
My ultimate goal here would be to be national champions. And of course, a lot of things need to happen in the meantime for that sort of a program to emerge here. But I do believe that's possible, and that would definitely be my ultimate goal all along.
What do you spoke of building that sort of successful mindset and that winning mindset for a team. Obviously, Minot State Wrestling has had some tough years when it comes to that. What do you think can be done to create that mindset and to get things rolling in the right direction?
Yeah, again, I think that starts with the recruiting process. It starts with finding the athletes that are out there that are competing year-round. I would target the guys that are competing at the out-of-season tournaments in the spring and the summer. Those are the type of guys have that drive to get better and that like competing and want to compete. And then it just starts, from there. Once you get them into the room, you got to really just hammer those points home and sort of develop that sort of attitude through leadership in the practice room.
I just have one more for you. As a coach, what would be sort of your breakdown when it comes to maybe sitting in the classroom, looking at video techniques or getting out on the mat? What's sort of your breakdown when it comes to working with these guys, come practice time and just sort of building their craft?
I'm going to be very hands-on when it comes to that. I definitely think getting in and in small group situations or one-on-one situations is going to be important to incorporate, as well as being well-rounded as far as working on technique, drilling, and live wrestling in the room.